Right then guys, welcome to Fishing Squad. Ding ding round 2 with the Huss. Last night's session, although we didn't catch loads of fish, we should have done, it exceeded our expectations to be honest, and we're feeling quite confident tonight. I'm going to throw 2 rods out with big baits on for Huss. We're just going to fish big all night. We've been to Cricket Tackle Box today. What a lovely shop that is. Great owner. We've bought some new scales. We've had a tip ring done on one at rods. We've bought 2 packs of mackerel, 2 boxes of squid. We've got some like sardines that had died for pike fishing. We're going to try them. They're quite oily. He recommended just seeing if they work. If they'll say, he says they'll probably be pretty good wrapped up with some squid. So I'm going to fish big again. Fish same stretch of tide. I think the wind's sort of moved a bit to due south, which might be a bit more in our face, slightly. But feeling quite confident. Let's go back to Cricket Tackle Box. That list of stuff that I got, 40 quid all in, absolutely fantastic price. Scales we've got a bang on, he recommended them. Just check out Cricket Tackle Box online. I'm sure he won't mind me giving him a mention. Business is quite slow at this time of year around here. But it's nice to have a local tackle shop that's open to pick stuff up like just what we got today, obviously. So just give a chin wag, yeah, and fantastic bloke, good chin wag. We could literally, that's the type of owner you want from the tackle shop where you just sit standing there and time just goes away by because you're just chatting about your passion, fishing. So yeah, just give him a search. Drop in if you come down this way. So it's a well-stocked shop. Really good, really fairly priced for the angler as well. You know, they don't add any extras on. To be honest, this far down the lane, it's probably, in my opinion, the best shop currently. I'd say. Yeah, some good ones on Anglesey as well. But yeah, just give him a mention because we're just delighted with the service sort of thing. It's what you want as a fisherman. So yeah, we're going to get out tonight, fishing big on both rods. I know I put on my channel the other day a big fish rig with the wire. It is one I'll be using at various times this year, but £200 mono worked fantastically with either a circle hook on bottom or a small J hook last night, and then the 8-tail Cantaro short shank hook at the back. Every fish was just nailed in corner at mouth, and you know, we're going to use that method tonight with mono. So see you at the mark, basically. Right, first bait going out. Dyed red sardine for pike and a wrap of squid round it. See what we get on this. There they are. Right guys, first fish of the night, a little strap conger. He's absolutely spooled himself around my rig, as you can see. We're getting him hooked. Get him put back. Not a bad start. Better than blanking. Right guys, it's a tough session at the moment tonight. On about third bait. I've just put another rod out, so I've got 2 rods out now fishing fairly big baits. It's rough. The wind's stronger than it was last night, but it's more due south. So it pushes it into the bay that we're fishing into. It's a bit strange really, because you'd think when it blew southwesterly, sort of, imagine that's where we're fishing. When it blew southwesterly, we're on this ledge here, with the cliff behind us, say, looking out to sea. When it blew southwesterly, it was coming that direction. But we had more waves coming on the rocks with that direction for some reason. Now it's blowing southerly, it's coming that direction. It's taking the swell away. It's a bit strange, but the wind's stronger, but the swell's less. So we did start on the upper ledge, first bait up. So we're getting to high tide. What's that about? As we're getting to high tide, but we realised pretty sharpish that we could get on the bottom ledge. So even though it's a bigger tide as well than yesterday. If you watch the first video, I was incorrect when I said the tides are getting small. They get small, I think, from Sunday. I think this is the last one of the increase. They haven't gone very big at all. Well, not they haven't gone into 9.5 metres, 10 metres plus or whatever. Let's check that again. That rod tips. This is weird. Yeah, so we're fishing big, and we're going to try hard, obviously, like we did last night. At times last night in the session, we did give up and then just come on the feed. The fish just came on the feed. Relative success. We believe there are PBs. Like I say, we've got some new scales. Hopefully, we get a chance to use them tonight. It's awkward to cast though because the wind's more on us. Because, like I say, we were on this rock ledge. We have got cover here from some knuckles of rock as well. But last night we're coming like a 45-degree angle behind us. Tonight it's like on your right cheek. But it's affecting the casting a little bit. Still managed to get shelter. Like the camera now is behind a knuckle of rock. That's why I'm able to film. It might be a bit primitive for filming tonight, but you get the gist of what's happening. We've got 2 rods on big baits. I'm hoping the fish show. Really am hoping that it delivers again. It delivered at a different stage of tide last night to what we've been getting them at for like all the time we fished down here. I think it might just. I think the reason being it might be because it was in darkness. I don't know. We'll see. I mentioned something in the last video as well about the moon being out and we were struggling. We got a lot of cloud coverage last night, and that's when the fishing picked up. I don't know if that's got something to do with it. I've caught Huss when the moon's been out as well. Not a lot, but I've caught the odd one when the moon's been out. So yeah, it's not as comfortable as last night with that wind sort of coming into us now. I'm like facing out to sea. I've got my rods just in front of me. It's on my right cheek. But like I say, there's a knuckle of rock here. It's protecting me a bit and protecting camera and stuff. So yeah, we've got pulley rigs on both. Like fishing squid and mackerel baits. Saw them died. Sardines, small sardines. I had the conger on one of them on that first bait up. So, see what happens. Another donkey horse. I don't think it's as big as the one we had last night, but it's still a nice fish. We'll get him unhooked, or her unhooked, and we'll have a picture of her and get it put back. Nice one. Lovely fish. 10.5. Looks bigger than the one I had last night, but it's not. On camera it looks bigger. Lovely fish. Gets on, eh? Nice one. Let's go another one. Get her up, one picture with him, put her back. This is the second fish of the night, about £7. Just put it in the rock pool to recover for a bit because it took the hooking a bit deep. You can see a little bit of blood on that. It won't cause any trouble. Nice little fish. Right guys, let's show you the rig we're using. Just a few pointers as well really for what we've found. I mean, some people, I've watched YouTube videos where people are saying you can use £50 hook lengths for Huss and £60 hook lengths for Huss. This is a £200 hook length, and I'm only doing it to cover myself in case we get hooked into something special because we're fishing really big baits. And this has done one fish. This, you can see the abrasion on it there. Now I am fishing an extreme rough rock mark, if you like. So when I landing them, we've got a swell. Some of that could be rocks and stuff. So it's worth. You want to be starting at least. I have used 70 for Huss, but you're all right for odd fish here and there, and you will be with £60 line. But just for a bit of advice, start at £100 really. Because if you do have a session where you hook a lot of fish, that £60 or £50 line won't last, basically. We're fishing heavy here because if you put a bait out like that on these marks, anything can pick it up. We've got a sprat sardine that's dyed red that we got from Scrickiff Tackle Box, and basically a full mackerel. 2 Kentaro short shanks. We've got 5 on the bottom, 8 on the back. Both fish that I've caught have been have swallowed the hooks down, both hooks pretty much. But no, they didn't get a bite. I've reeled them in. Basically, they've been sat on the bait on the bottom. They've been hooked fairly deepish, but I managed to get both hooks out without causing any trauma to the fish. That last section of video I've just showed you, it was quite a way down. This is again another vote really for putting a circle hook as the bottom hook, because I've just said they've been taking the hooks in deep, especially the bottom one, which for tonight's session is a J hook on this particular rig. So I think this is another vote to put the circle hook on the bottom. Smaller circle than the, smaller sized gape of a circle hook to the back hook that you use. It's definitely another vote for that. Every fish was hooked on this particular session deepish with the bottom J hook. So that's just something to bear in mind. When I say deepish with the bottom J hook as well, the back hook was in the fish as well. So it's definitely another vote for that circle on the bottom, 110%. I managed to get the hook out gently, and I put her in pool because I don't think she was too impressed. Which obviously you can understand why. So I put her in the pool and she revived herself quite sharpish. It's lucky on this mark because we've had a lot of storms. The upper pools, rock pools, have got fresh salt water in it. It really is. It's useful. When you're weighing fish or wanting pictures with fish, you don't cause them too much stress. And obviously it's rough, and we try and get as close to the water to put them back. Because no one wants to be dropped in from 30 foot up in air, do they? You know what I mean? Just a bit of fish care there. And a bit of advice about rigs. This is a snood of about 3 foot probably, 2.5 foot. Then we've got a rig body of 4 foot. We've got straight onto a sea glow splashdown. It's just got a tangle in it. I've been baiting a rig up for the last couple of bait ups ready, so I can get fired straight back out again. If I get a fish on her, if I want to just changing baits or whatever. So yeah, just think about using a decent up length basically. A lot of my Huss bycatcher tope fishing, we actually target them tonight. We don't always specifically target them. Earlier on in the year, because it fished quite well at the back end of the year on this particular mark, I thought it'd be a good idea. And it really switched on last night, and we didn't capitalise on it. I've had 2 out so far, and we're hoping that we can capitalise on it while they're here. Fingers crossed. But it's difficult to see bites because we've got a really, like the wind, like I said earlier, the angle of the wind, because it's blowing southerly, is really on our right face. Almost, it's probably actually got a little bit of east in it almost. So we're up against it in terms of seeing bites, but at least with that setup so far, even though there's 2 hooks on it, they took it in fairly deep, but they haven't took it in right down. But I think if you fish with a big bait, for us generally, they don't take it all the way down, which is good. Yeah. So we've experimented with a few hook patterns. We've had the Mutsu circle on the bottom. That's probably my chosen setup really. Mutsu circle on the bottom, probably the Kentaro octopus on the back would be my chosen one. On this particular one, we've got two Kentaro short shanks, and they're working all right. But like the last 2 fish, it'd have had a circle on bottom, and it wouldn't have gone in quite as far. So, yeah, that's why that'd be my chosen setup. We'll see what the rest of the session brings. Got another one. Get her hooked. I'll fix the wheel, get it put back. So that's just over £10. We'll just put it in rock pool to recover for a bit, and then we'll put her back. Nice fish. Right, it's 2:10 in the morning. What I tend to find is when there's like a rough weather front due to hit, which there is on this peninsula tomorrow, 30 mile an hour. So 40 mile an hour southerlies tends to start arriving a little bit earlier in terms of the sea state. I don't know if you can hear it, but the sea's still ebbing out, which usually flattens off a bit sometimes when it ebbs out, most of the time. I think the weather front due in. It will still flatten off a bit, which is a swell, but there's a bit more swell than what there was earlier on. When it turns to come in, everything will pick up, the wind will pick up, the sea will pick up. I'd imagine at high tide in the morning on here, where I'm stood, it'll be getting smashed to bits by waves. So, with that in mind, unless we like start getting loads of bites, I'm going to pack up in about another hour. So, It's not been a bad little session so far. Hey? Yeah. We'll see what happens for the remainder of the session. Probably have another bait up on each rod at least, and then see what happens basically. But we may head to the Mersey tomorrow, possibly. That's what we're thinking. See what happens, off check weather and stuff. Hopefully we'll get another fish or two out before we leave this mark. Well, see what happens in it basically. Like I say, usually on these marks, basically what I was saying about weather and stuff, on these marks, if you get here in a rough pocket and there's going to be a calmer pocket coming, you can get away with it a bit. When it's the other way around, when it's not like at the minute we're not in like it's a pocket of weather that's building into a rough pocket. You know what I mean? So you just don't get away with it basically. You know, it'll say on BBC weather it's going to blow 27, 28, 30 mile an hour southerly on this mark that's quite exposed to a southerly wind. Then if it's going to increase to 40, you'll find it tough basically. That's what's going to happen. That's why we're finding it tough tonight. Even though we managed a couple of fish out. If you come down in like a 27, 30 mile an hour southerly, and it's going to be forecast to blow 18 mile an hour, say, you can get away with it, even if it's quite fresh for a few hours before that next front's coming in. But basically, what I'm saying is, it's nearly game over on this mark because of weather that's been forecast. So we'll see what happens for the remainder of the session. Right then, guys. The first part of this video was one session. This is the next night now. We're just on the way home, but we decided to call it Trevor Pier to have a go off the well, not Trevor Pier. Pier's not there. Trevor Harbour Wall, if you like, sea wall, whatever you want to call it. We're in a species hunt, and we're still chasing a big Huss. Well, one that we can actually get a definite weight on. So we're going to high tide's at 11. It's 8 o'clock now. I'm going to have a quick couple of hours here and see how we get on. Right, we've tackled up one rod out on a big Huss bait and one on a 3 flapper with sea glow, size 4 match and scratch beans down the side with that. We'll alternate that a bit because we do need some fish for species, and I imagine this will be alright for whiting off here, so we need one of them for species on. See how we get on. It's a bloody dark night. There's a large amount of sea mist in the air, or there has been, on the way here, on the higher roads, basically up in the clouds almost. But there's still quite a bit of damp in air. It's a misty, miserable night. First time I've night fished on here. I've only fished here twice before. I've only had 2 fish as well. I had a small pollock once and a dogfish, and I planked on the other session. But usually it's good for small stuff from what I've seen, and it's a well-known mark, so comfortable. Just seemed the best option for the journey back home. I just had a nice whiting on the match and scratch, well, little whiting on the match and scratch hooks. One for species on, so nice one. Right guys, it went a bit hectic. We had 3 fish in quick succession. I had a shore ruckling, and Jay had a whiting and a ruckling, and unfortunately, in between taking pictures of them for the species hunt that we're on, I didn't get any video footage, I don't think, of either. So we both had 2 species out tonight for the species hunt, which is good. Yeah, we'll watch the video. And yeah, instant action basically. Jared was whiting on his big bait, took a bait near enough the same size as it, and fishing on flopper rigs outside with match and scratch hooks. Slow session tonight. We've had a couple of lighting, and a show rattling. Basically, that's about it.
2 show rattling.
Yeah, a couple of show rattling as well. It's been poor really. Been a real easy tackle down, get back to Doncaster. It's been a cracking weekend again. I think it's fished really well overall around the other marks we've fished.
What do you mean it's been poor anyway? We've got 2 species each for
Yeah,
species
that's
on.
the other thing. It's positivity.
That would mean goal coming here, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would mean goal coming here, but I like my Huss. But you're right.
That's why you lose species on.
In terms of the species on it, it's been a success because we've managed to get a couple of species.
I said I'd be happy if we come out of here with 2 species.
Yeah, we did do it before we come here actually.
Yeah.
We've tried the Seaglow match and scratch hooks in size 4 tonight. They did all right hooking them small fish. Sound, and they're up really easy as well. That was something I didn't notice. So yeah, that's been a success as well. It's been a good video, I think. I hope. The lighting's better.
I had that decent bite, didn't I? But when
You've had Jay's rod hooked over it. Is it still stuck there?
I haven't tried to move it yet.
If anything happens, we'll have that on panel. We'll have to see. Yeah, it's a lovely little venue where we are tonight. I think we'll probably hit here a few times, passing through it. Probably do the spinning rodding car with some small rigs that just drop outside and passing some top of the species.
It's only our beach casters, aren't we? So
yeah,
we probably missed a lot of bites on little hooks.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Sensitivity in the beach caster is sensitive as a spinning rod or whatever. So we'll just leave it there. I think it's been nice to fish here tonight. I hope the lights have been better on video. I'm sure it has been. We've got a couple of floodlights out here at the moment. I'll start doing the close down for the video a bit of justice. So yeah, other than that, get back to Doncaster and we'll see you soon.